ప్రస్తుతం HCU లో విద్యార్థులను నిర్దేశించి జగన్ మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నారు. ఆ లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
From your region, caste certificate, they are fabricating caste certificate and they are actually again killing Vemula Rohit Garu. So they are again killing him, saying that and giving manipulated caste certificate. Please abstain that, and we also appeal that MHRD minister wrote 4 letters direct to the university to take the issue. Please, sir. Also, some people also manipulating the things and terrorizing Vemula Rohit's murder. Please, and you have to please respond for these issues. And I'll hand over the mic to YS Jagan Reddy Garu, YSRCP President. Now it is a national party.
ఈరోజు సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీలో ఇవాళ ఇక్కడికి రావడం, జరుగుతూ ఉన్న అన్యాయాన్ని ఎత్తి చూపించడం, ఇక్కడ ఏం జరిగింది, ఎందుకు జరిగింది, జరిగిన తర్వాత మనం ఏం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాము అన్నది సమాజంలోని ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళం కూడా మనల్ని మనం ప్రశ్నించుకోవాల్సిన అంశం. ప్రభుత్వంలో ఉన్న పెద్దలు వాళ్ళను ప్రశ్నించుకోవాల్సిన అంశం. Yeah, I will take it up. We'll just go slowly, slightly move on to Telugu and then move on to English. ఈ జరిగిన ఇన్సిడెంట్ గుంటూరు నుంచి ఒక యువకుడు, one youngster from Guntur, his only qualification is he is a meritorious student. That is the qualification with which he has, that is the only qualification he has, and he was elated by the fact that he got a seat in Central University, a university what is probably housed more than 3,000-4,000 IAS officers and IPS officers from this very university. A university what gives inspiration to a lot of people. Every student who comes here is inspired. And in this particular university, a boy from Guntur, he happened to get a seat. He was elated. His father is no longer there. His mother, who actually makes nothing more than 100 rupees to 150 rupees per day, sends her son here with everything what she has, she puts in, sends the son here so that he could study well, because he is a meritorious student. He would one day become an IAS officer, an IPS officer, or probably a scientist. With such dreams, the mother sends the kid here from Guntur. Then after coming here, what we see today is really heart-touching. You know, an incident, a small dispute between the students, what could have been very much negated, what could have very much been marginalized, what could very much be negated by, you know, counseling by VCs. VC, had he played a fatherly role, had he taken up this issue based on this issue rather than taking it up in a political angle, the situation would not have come up. A small dispute between students translated into something big, into something so much big that a minister writes a letter to the central ministry HRD to take action on this particular student and this particular group of students. Probably a central minister writing letter to another central minister, HRD ministry, to take action. You know, it's like, it's in Telugu we call it Pichku Meeda Brahmastram. Like, you know, you call it you call it a nuclear weapon is thrown onto a small bird, something like that. This boy, he's got nothing there. He's basically a PhD scholar, studying to become something big, aspiring something to become big. And you have a minister write a letter to another minister, HRD, and the HRD ministry writes 4 or 5 letters once again to the VC, claiming this activity as anti-national, anti-social, wanting action to be taken on this boy. Are we living in a humanly, are we living in a world what has got still humanity left in it? An incident what happens here in this university, where the central ministers get involved. Not only do they get involved, but they pursue the matter. They pursue the matter by writing 4 or 5 letters, mounting tremendous pressure on the VC to take action on these people, to take action on these boys. All these boys who are sitting here, all of them, the 5 of them who were suspended, all of them are PhD scholars. Given a chance, one day they would probably become something big. An IAS officer, maybe an IPS, maybe a research scholar, maybe a scientist. And what are we doing today? Today we are just committed to destroying their careers. Today we are twisting this entire story into a different dimension. A dimension to suit, to throw the blame onto someone else. Today a committee has been constituted, I was told. In fact, when I had spoken to the students here and inquired about the committee, mind-boggling facts have come out. The committee has got one by name Srivatsava, who's a guide, and while he was a guide, there was one student by name Senthil who committed suicide, and he is one among the committee members. There is another committee member by name Mohanty. He had a student. He had a student by name Puliala Raju under him while he was a guide. He committed suicide. And another third person, the VC himself is another third member of the committee. While he was the warden, while he was the chief warden, 10 students were rusticated. 10 SC students were rusticated. We have a committee of these 3 probing into this matter. What exactly do we want to do with these students? Do we have any clarity? Because I was just told in one of the newspaper stories today that they are trying to taint this boy not as an SC but as a BC. I don't understand. What difference does it make? The boy is dead. Does it make any difference if that boy is an SC or a BC? I don't understand. Well, anyway, to justify that this boy is an SC, this is his SC certificate. And this SC certificate was given by Miseva in this current regime itself. I will not be surprised if this Miseva certificate, what I am showing today, is not displayed like this. If that certificate is tampered with, tomorrow another certificate comes showing that he is not an SC and he is a BC instead. Does it really make any difference what we are trying to do here, whether he is an SC or a BC? But what are we trying to do? We are trying to give another color to this. On one side we project this entire image. On one side we project this entire story here. What is a dispute between the students into an anti-social, anti-national. On one side we project it as a terrorist organization, casteist organization, extremist organization. On the other side, we try to tamper with this caste certificate, trying to project him as something else again. This is a letter what has been written by that boy in a suicide note. You know what he wrote in that letter? మనిషిని కులంతోనే అంచనా వేస్తున్నారు తప్ప తనకు మనసు ఉంటుందని గుర్తించడం లేదు. He's just saying that you are assessing the man on caste. You're forgetting the fact that he also has a heart. This is what this boy has written in his suicidal note. I mean, we are living in a society. We want these people, we want these boys to come out with flying colors. That is why these universities are there. We should create a society where we have students coming out with flying colors, where they attend these universities and these colleges without fear. But are we today giving that to them? Every one of us should question ourselves, especially the ruling party, who not only writes letters to the ministry. What is a matter, what is to be tackled within the four walls of the university becomes a matter where the ministers get involved, where the ministers pursue that action be taken on these boys. Are we justified in doing whatever we are doing, getting political interference to this stage? In fact, being a politician, we don't. I personally, being a politician, I don't even want to come to these universities. Why? Because if I come to an university, they'll say, because Jagan has come to this university, the opposition will come. They will create one more band. We will support one more person. One team we would support, one team they would support, and we will instigate fights. This is exactly why, my personal opinion, I was not even willing to come to the universities. But when incidents such as these take place, we respond to these situations as someone with heart. If we being leaders keep quiet, if we being leaders don't speak out, if we being leaders do not speak out to this injustice would never be stopped. With the hope that this injustice would be stopped here, we come here in support to these students who are doing this dharna. In fact, everybody here is aware of what has happened. If these incidents should not be repeated once again, there should be stern action taken on everybody, including the ministers. Stern action should be taken on VC as well. Who is the prime culprit in whatever is happening here. This social boycott, what is happening, the students who've been not permitted to use their libraries, use their canteens, not stay in the hostel. This kind of social boycott is not right on anybody's point of view. Independence has come, and it's already been 60 years since independence has come. But today we are practicing exactly the opposite in this university, where we ourselves are instigating social boycott and giving it a different color. This suspension on these students should immediately be revoked. The inquiry should be stopped. At best, the VC should call these people, both of them, tell them whatever they need to speak, and then that should be the end of the matter, and these people should be left alone to live as students and continue as students. And Rohit's family should also not be forgotten. This incident, what took place, Rohit's mother, even today, she's got nothing. She survives with 150 rupees of daily wages even today. While she's got another son, Rohit's brother, who's also a meritorious student, also pursuing his education. This family should be supported. These are the demands what have been coming out of the student community, and what we vociferously support these demands in full spirit. And to tell you this, I'm also happy to tell you this, and I'm also proud to tell you that We will support in every way whatever is needed. We will rake it up. We have 7 MPs of ours within our party, and these 7 MPs will definitely take it up in the parliament to ensure that this is not repeated elsewhere. We would give all out support. We would be with you. Thank you.
Johar Rohit Vemula!
Sir.
Johar Rohit Vemula! I will give one representation.